We're back. We're back. The struggle is real right now. We are back with another edition of questions people are Googling, okay? This one is specific to what top 3 questions are entrepreneurs asking about marketing, okay? Let's dive into them. The first question is, how do I get more clients or customers? Great question. You really need to sell, okay? People need to know that they can buy from you. Like, people are spending their money. If I go to my local mall here, if I go anywhere, people are spending their money. So they just need to know that they can spend it on you. So you need to figure out who is your ideal client, get clear on who they are and where they're spending their time. And also what kind of solutions they're looking for. What is that they're searching for? Even if they're buying a product, like, why do they need the product that you're selling? Why do they need the mugs that you're selling? What is unique about them? You know, it could be as simple as like, listen, your coffee's going to taste better when you have a beautiful mug, you know, like whatever that is. So really talking about the transformation. So that is how you're going to get clients, is talking about the transformation. And right now what's really popular is storytelling. So sharing stories, obviously, like confidentially, like you don't want to expose anything about your current clientele. But you can even use yourself as the stories, you know, like even if you go on my Instagram, you'll see that I shared, there's quite a lot on there, but one of them in particular is how the word pomegranate allowed me to make a business decision that I was being hung up on. So you can go check that out. But that's like a storytelling, or sharing things about yourself of like, you know, I started this business or this offer or whatever because I was here. And through the things that I've included in this, I ended up on the other side of that, like whatever that is, like the transformation. That is really going to help you land clients because they're going to feel like you understand them, like you have walked the shoes that they are currently walking in right now or want to walk in. For example, as like a business coach, maybe they want to start a business. So think about that. That is how you're going to get more clients or customers, sort of on repeat, because once that content's out there, you know, repetition is key. Not everyone is seeing everything you're posting. Not everyone is retaining the information that you're sharing. So don't be afraid to be repetitive. Maybe it's taking a different angle on it. Maybe it's, instead of having done a carousel on Instagram, it's you're doing a reel, or maybe you're going live, you know, maybe you do all 3 things on like the same topic, and each time you add a little bit more context to it or dive a little deeper into it, right? Repetition is not a bad thing. You know, I was at a networking event and someone said Coca-Cola, like the pop soda company, they have their products in all countries except for 2, okay? All countries in the world except for 2. And they still advertise all the time. So don't hold back. Obviously, they have money to be able to be advertising the way that they do, but just talk about your business, you know? Like, social media is free. You can do this too. Okay, next question. What should I post on social media? So I kind of talked a little bit about this. Storytelling is very important right now. People want to know what shoes you've walked in, what you've helped people with. Behind the scenes stuff is really popular right now too, as well. You know, if you really want specific ideas, I suggest going on my Instagram and seeing what I'm doing and, you know, get the essence of it. I'm not inviting you to copy what I'm doing, but you'll get the essence of what is being shared on there. You know, ultimately, if you can create things that people are going to reshare, save, those are fantastic. Conversation starters are fantastic. So it really depends on your audience. You know, what is it going to take for them to engage with what you're putting out there, or to resonate with it at least, you know? Maybe a lot of times I feel like right now people are scrolling and not necessarily engaging, but they are reading, they are watching. So don't get hung up on the numbers just because of that. I will say that attending a lot of in-person networking events, or even just conversations with clients, I will make notes of like what conversations are coming up, because sometimes those conversations are about SEO and I'm like, oh, this is fantastic. If you had this question, tons of people have these questions. And then I'll go and I'll do content around that. So that's also a great tool, especially if the people you're having conversation with are people you would classify as your ideal clientele. Third question, how do I know if my marketing is working? Good question. So your marketing can do 2 things separately or combined. One of them is brand exposure, meaning like brand recognition. People start seeing your color, your logo, and they just know that it's you. And the other one is a lead generation, and your marketing can do both things at the same time or individually. So what I suggest you do is anything that you are doing that falls under marketing, so anything that's like promoting your business, a post, sending emails, your website, whatever. What is the goal of that platform? What is the goal of that post? What is the goal of that email going out? So if that email is just to educate, and you're getting good open rates, fantastic. If the goal of that email is to get people to click on a link and you're noticing that people wasn't successful, what needs to be tweaked about it? Again, repetition is not a bad thing here. Keep that in mind. But you need to like analyze what's working, but think about the goal behind it. You know, your website, is it there to educate people or is it there to get people to buy? So you can go and look at the analytics and see like what pages are people actually spending time on and are they actually clicking on anything? Obviously you would see that because they would be buying whatever it is that you sell. But you know, like, the key here is understanding the success metric that you're putting behind whatever marketing thing you're putting out there. Is it for brand awareness? If it is, that's something that if it's on social media, you want people to share or comment on, right? If it's for leads, then you obviously, you know, if it's on Instagram, you want to make sure that like you're getting link clicks, which is something that Instagram tracks. So you can check that out too. So think about that, you know, sometimes you're like, oh, I had a spike in my website traffic. And it's like, okay, well, did you send out an email? Did you post on social media? Like what happened that day outside of your website that drove traffic to it, right? Like those are going to be really good metrics. But again, you have to establish like, what is it that you want that thing to be doing for you, that marketing activity to do for you. If you have any questions or want to book a 30-minute free clarity call, I'll leave the link in the description and we can dive a little bit deeper into your business. Or if you're ready to just go all in, I have my customized coaching packages, which I'll also link in the description for you to check out.